Hello, welcome to Crafty Penguin. Happy New Year, guys. We're now in 2021. So 2020 has passed, finally. I'm not sure 2020 is a year that many people will want to remember. But over the last few days, I've been looking back on what I achieved with Crafty Penguin in 2020 and where I want to go in 2021. So this little video is all about my goals for 2021 and a little bit of a reflection back on 2020. So the first thing I did was start to look back at 2020, and to be honest, I didn't think I'd done that much in 2020. Some of the things when I started looking back were things that I'd not achieved. When I set goals at the start of last year, I kind of thought that I wanted to do certain things, and then I've not done them. The way that I wanted to take my business has changed this year for various different reasons, mainly with the impact on the outside world and the fact that I now spend probably 99% of my life in the house. Don't really go anywhere. And that's had a big impact on what I wanted to do. So what I think we'll do first is I will share with you what I wanted to achieve in 2020, and then we'll look and see what I did achieve, and then we'll look forward to this year and see where that takes us. So let's see, what did I want to do? Okay, so at the start of 2020, this was what I aimed to fill in throughout the year. So this was the design trust planner for the year for a small business, and I really wanted to fill this in and be really successful, but I didn't. I literally wrote the first 2 pages of goals for 2020, which is what we're going to look at now. The things I was looking, according to this book, to do more of in 2020 was more custom design and printing, which I did do. I did do quite a bit of custom designs for people last year, so they were starting to grow. So I did get some more of that. I have done some more custom designs. I managed to do some custom logos for people last year, which was amazing. I really, really enjoyed doing that and would love to do more of that. And did some other custom prints, especially on tins. Tins were really popular last year. I wanted to get regular customers. I have had some customers come back this year from earlier on in the year. Towards the end of the year, people who bought earlier on in the year have come back. So that's been nice. More examples of vinyl cut designs. I did a few. I'm not really struck on vinyl cut designs. It's not something I want to really work on moving forward. My idea was to do more vinyl designs on t-shirts, but as I'll explain a little bit later on, that changed because of some other machinery that I bought, which allowed me to do something different, which I'm really enjoying. So we'll talk about that in a little while. I wanted to work more on memories and ideas and products. I wanted to do that. It didn't really work out. So my idea was to use old photos and put those onto items so that people could remember things in their family. But when I've had custom designs and things, that's not really what people have wanted. So I don't really think that's a way to go. And more sales on Etsy. That has been probably the goal that I've achieved the most this year. I have definitely gone big on Etsy this year for me. So when I was looking back yesterday, going through and seeing how I'd gotten on with Etsy was something that I was doing. And from May to December, I actually sold items on Etsy between May and December, and as of now I currently have 48 sales on Etsy, which pretty much started in May and has grown since then, and I am absolutely amazed. I wanted to get 50 sales by the end of 2020. I didn't quite make it, but I was 2 away, and for me that was a massive thing. So amazing. I've spent so much time learning about Etsy. I had a shop review from a lady called Jen Lamb, which I am still working through, but has made a massive difference. And I've joined a few groups online and things like that, and it's slowly starting to work for me, which is fantastic. I'm absolutely amazed. So yeah, what did I want less of in 2020? According to this, I wanted less craft fairs where I didn't sell anything. And to be honest, I got a lot less craft fairs in 2020, not because of that reason though. The reason I got less craft fairs is because of the pandemic. I didn't want to go out there into the big wide world and sell my products like I used to do back in 2018 and 2019, where I used to do lots of little craft fairs locally around the local area, and I actually really liked them. I just got a little bit fed up with certain ones where I didn't sell anything, and it wasn't just me at those events, it was just the event in general, but I did do some really, really good ones. So I guess that kind of worked out for me. That's some of the things that I wrote in there. I didn't write a lot, but I did do some online fairs towards the end of last year, and I really enjoyed those. They were really, really good. They seem to be the way forward at the moment. 2020, that's what I wanted to do. What did I do? Let's find out. So at the back end of December, I actually signed up to join Squeak and Shout with Sam. It was mentioned on a few things I was following, and I thought I'm going to give it a go. I want to make my Etsy better than it is. It's grown massively in the last year. And I also really, really want to get my own website out there a lot more than it has been. So I've had my own website for 2 years, but not really done a lot with it. When I first started it, I set up a shop. It was a bit of a mess looking back in reflection, so I closed it down earlier on this year, focused on Etsy, and over the Christmas period I have put everything back into my online shop on my website, and that's going to be a massive focus for me this year. And so I signed up to Squeak and Shout, and what I got as part of signing up was this. And I've actually worked through it over the weekend. And the first thing that it asks you to think about is what I want to talk about with you now. So what did I achieve in 2020? And I'm amazed because the box is full. So the box is half an A4 page, and I've actually managed to fill it. So I went down the side, I filled it, and then I've gone down the other side. And yeah, I really didn't think I'd done that much during 2020. But then I started to look back and reflect, and actually, I did. So obviously, like I just said, I spent time setting up my Etsy shop. That was like something that I achieved. It's set up now, it's running, I'm getting sales. Not getting loads of sales, but I'm getting sales. And that's a massive achievement for me. And like I said, I've had 48 sales since probably May in my shop. Other things that I achieved in the year was I bought a Myos, which is what I was saying about why I don't want to vinyl cut t-shirts anymore, because I now have a Myos, which is a make your own screen. And what I've started doing is screen printing t-shirt designs, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So what the Myos allows me to do is to actually create my own designs onto screens and not just use existing designs that other people have created. And that's something I want to go big on in 2021. I really want to create more t-shirt designs, and I want to look at how to use more than one colour on my designs, because currently all my designs are one colour, and I want to look into that. Other things that I did, I posted my first international items during 2020. So obviously, like I said, 2018, 2019, when I started out, I did a local craft fair, so everything was local, I wasn't going anywhere else. And in 2020, I actually posted an item to America a couple of times actually, and I also posted to Australia to the same person who was a returning customer, so thank you for that. That was amazing. I created my first planner stickers, so that was towards the end of 2020. And in the middle of 2020, after much searching, I actually purchased an A3 printer, which I haven't actually used for A3 printing yet, but the quality of the A3 printer is amazing, and I have been using that to print some of my designs, especially heat transfer designs at the moment, and it's so much better. The colours are amazing. I also bought my badge maker towards the end of 2020, having saved up for that, and it was something I really wanted to do, so I need to get more badges made. At the beginning of 2020, I had a lot of time for various reasons to do with the pandemic, and I spent a lot of time learning. And I actually managed to complete quite a few courses. I did a few courses on Illustrator and Photoshop using Udemy. So if you've never heard of those, they always say that they're really expensive, their courses, but they've always got an offer on, and they're like £10–12 for a course. So I did a couple of Photoshop ones and a couple of Illustrator ones, and did really well with those. I also did another course on digital photography, and I think I did a marketing course as well, with the Centre of Excellence. So I did quite a bit of learning in 2020 and learnt some new stuff, which is good. I love learning new things and trying to get better at what I'm doing. What else did I do in 2020? Got better at scheduling my social media posts. I became a patron of Emily Harvey, which you'll have heard me talk about loads, which is someone that's really, really inspired me this year. So as part of a local Etsy online craft fair, she was recommended to us to watch about doing online fairs, and it was her interview on Indie Roller was the first thing that I saw. And from there, she just really inspired me with her enthusiasm. I love her illustrations, they're absolutely amazing. I found her really, really helpful. So joining her Patreon has been amazing. There are so many wonderful people on there, and that has helped me grow massively, because if I feel like I have a problem, I know I can ask a question and it won't be seen as silly. And the people in there will just get back and help you. It's such a wonderful, amazing community over on Patreon. And I also set up my YouTube channel. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this right now. So the YouTube channel was kind of an odd one, really, because it was always something that I didn't really want to do. One of my close friends, well, my best friend, is very keen on YouTube. She does all sorts of daft videos and things, and whenever I go out with her, like before the pandemic, she always used to video stuff, and I'd always be the grumpy one, not wanting to be videoed. And then when I did the Etsy Made Local in the middle of the year, they were really keen for us to go live. And then obviously I found Emily Harvey through that, and she did the vlogs, and I started watching other art vlogs and illustrators vlogging, and I just thought I could do that. I'm stuck at home, not a lot to do other than my day job, which keeps me busy Monday to Friday 915. But apart from that, everything that I normally do outside in the big wide world had gone. And so here we are on YouTube. And I now have, this morning I had 66 subscribers on YouTube, so amazing. Thank you so, so much. You guys are awesome. So 2020 wasn't actually that bad, was it? I did all right. Yay! 2021's here. I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm really uncertain about what the future holds. I've really struggled to try and set goals with like things being so uncertain. But I've set some goals, so let's have a look and let's see what I've come up with. So I've done it in a few places and then started to narrow it down. So I started out using the goal setting from Emily Harvey for 2021, which covers some of the things that I've already done. And there were different sections for goals, so I started to think things through a little bit. I wasn't really sure, so I wanted to plan out my year, and we'll talk more about that shortly. I want to have 4 new Crafty Penguin designs. I don't think I did many designs last year, actually Crafty Penguin related, which is what my business started out as. I want to do more of that and try and launch them a lot more successfully and plan my shop updates. I want to get more interaction on my Instagram, want to get more consistent with doing this on YouTube, but I find it really difficult because it takes me a long time to put a video together and I don't have a lot of time when I'm working. Marketing, definitely need to get better at marketing, which is why I signed up to Squeak and Shout with Sam to try and do that and learn about SEO. I keep trying, but it's so complicated. And I want to get better at my illustrations. I want to try and look into doing, like I say, more screen printing and more t-shirt designs. Obviously badges are a big thing for me this year, given I've got my new badge maker as well. So there were lots of things that I set about on there. And then I started to break them down a little bit on this sheet from Emily Harvey. So that got me so far. But then I went back to the Squeak and Shout one. And this had loads of different things in, but the ones that I want to share with you are like, it split it down into 4 main goals, and then we've moved on from there. So my 4 main goals were the following. So to get consistent sales on my website shop, to grow my YouTube channel, I want to create shop updates for my website and for Etsy, and I want to create, like I say, 4 new Crafty Penguin designs and to create screen print and badge ideas this year. And what I've done this year is, instead of buying a big book like I did at the start of last year that I showed you at the beginning of this video, and instead of having that and then a separate diary and all sorts of things, I bought this. I think it was from Misty Kitchen, and it's just a planner, and I've collected loads of stickers over the last few months, and it's got some dividers in. I've set it all up really to keep me organised throughout 2021, and in it there's a section for goals. But overall I set myself like 7 targets for the year. So 7 things. 1, consistent sales on my website shop. So craftypenguin.co.uk needs to get consistent sales. 2, create a newsletter for my website, which is something I really need to learn how to do. I have no idea how to do it, but I want to do that. So number 3, to grow my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. Number 4, to create a collections of work for shop updates. So for both my Etsy and for Crafty Penguin, because I'm going to put things in both places. And 5, to create the 4 new Crafty Penguin designs, ideally 1 in each quarter of the year. 6, to have more screen printing designs for t-shirts, ideally 10 by the end of the year. And to learn to screen print in multiple colours. And finally, to make more badges and designs for badges. That's kind of my plan. The other thing that I found about was to do this. Was to create a vision board. And this has gone up on my wall. You can't quite see it. Oh, you can. It's sort of, if I point my finger there, but you can see the bottom of it. Okay, so that's up on my wall. I've laminated 1 copy of it so that it keeps it clean. This is just going to go with the paperwork, and I've made an A5 version of it to go in my planner. And it's just a vision board of the things that I want to achieve during 2021. Hopefully that was interesting for you guys. Let's see, hopefully in a year's time we can do another video and see what I did do in 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And even more awesome than that, totally free to do, would be if you would subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love that. And you can see how I get on throughout the year and if I'm on track to hit any of these goals. And don't forget to check out craftypenguin.co.uk as well. And check out my new shop on there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.